Once you decide you're going to advertise, you need to understand who your audience is and what are the objectives of the ad. This is why market research is so important in marketing and to the success of marketing. If you don't have good quality market research, you will not have a strong understanding of who your customer is and what type of objectives you should be going for. The three main objectives are fear, sex, and humor. What that means is most ads that you see are playing on one of those three. This isn't always true when you're looking at things like the internet, where you're talking about display ads and they're very short. But over time, the ones we traditionally see on TV are around these three main areas. And that's what it's talking about when you're thinking which kind of ad should we run. And of course, the answer is not what you think is best. The answer is which one connects best to your audience. And that is based on your research, which that leads to the question of where are your consumers? You have TV, radio, magazine, direct to mail, outdoor, internet, paper. Of course, the internet could be 500 different platforms inside of that itself. But the goal you have is not to guess. So you don't really have to think about these questions if you've done the research properly. If you've done the research properly, you know where your customers are and the best platform or channel to reach them at. And so, to be honest, this type of stuff shouldn't be or doesn't require that much thought if you've done the proper research. Again, if you haven't done the proper research, this will take much more time and energy, and ultimately you're just sort of guessing where your consumers are. So sales promotions have sort of two goals. The first goal is to support the advertisements that you're running. But the second main goal of sales promotions is to drive a call to action, to drive movement. A sales promotions goal is to make people do first, think, and then feel second. But the main goal is to drive action. You want people to move so that they purchase the products. There are 10 different kinds of sales promotions. I'm not going to go through them in great detail because you can look them up. But if you think about things like samples or contest deals, coupons, all of these are driving action, right? You try the samples at Costco, it tastes good, you buy it. You get a coupon in the mail and you think, that's a great deal, it's on sale, you buy it. Your loyalty programs, think how many different apps you have on your cell phone for companies. Oh, wow, I got my free drink at Starbucks. I better go to Starbucks today and get it. You walk into Target, there's a point of purchase displays everywhere. What that basically means is that there's huge signs, and right below it is the product. Maybe it'll be on an end cap, like the end of an aisle or in the middle of the aisle. These are all different ways to get people to push forward to try to purchase them. Product placement, number 10. I'm going to highlight that one for a second because it is growing faster than anything you've ever seen in the entire marketing industry. The reason it's growing is because people stream everything now. Nobody watches traditional TV. To give you an example, I brought up in a class, who watches traditional TV? And one student said, my grandma. And that's the only person they could think of, and everyone else agreed. And so for this reason of everyone now watching streaming, you need to find new ways as a company or a brand to reach your consumers. So for this, they choose product placement. This is when companies pay the TV show or movie to put their products inside of there, and then they show them being used in real life. And one easy example of this is when you notice how whenever they show a car inside of a TV show or movie, they always start the scene off at the steering wheel or the front of the car. They're always showing that because they want it clear that that's in there. Or maybe they'll show them drinking something and they clearly show the label. These are all different examples, but the amount of money is spent in the billions for product placement. And the reason is because everyone streams everything now, and so we don't have commercials. The last one is public relations. Public relations, the perk of it is that it is free. You don't have to pay for it. The downfall of it is that you have minimal control. Influencers have completely changed the marketplace for public relations. Traditionally, it was only done by magazines like TMZ or the other ones you see at the supermarket. But in today's era or marketplace, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have TikTok. All of these are different influencers, Snapchat as well. And they're all different ways to reach out to them. Some of them are paid, some of them are not. And so you have to be careful when you're a consumer and you're looking and you're listening to these people. Are they being paid by the brand? Is it an ad, or is this their honest opinion? And it's a very gray area how the influencers treat it. And that's why recently it's becoming more under sort of investigation by different organizations. But that's public relations.